They weren't hearing me saying any of that. Now we're live. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn this down
Yeah.
and see if they can hear it. Okay, real quick question. I've now turned the sound down on my TV. Can you guys hear the game at all? Because according to OBS, it is recognizing the sound, but I don't think OBS is outputting any of that to the stream. At least I can't hear it. Trixietic says yes, they can hear it.
Even after you turn it down?
Not me. Not me. Can you hear the game? It's faint, but yes. Oh, here's. Oh, shoot. Oh, 1 second. Okay, let me switch back. I think I know why it would be quiet. It's because I set it down to negative 12 decibels, but I also have the... Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I turned this back up. It's faint? You guys can hear it? Because I can't hear it at all.
No, I can't hear it either.
How faint is it? Is it way too quiet? Guys on YouTube? This is the first time trying to freaking stream a console in quite a while. Oh no, this is not Xenoblade 2. I don't like Xenoblade 2. I do like this game. Lolo says it's pretty audible, so they can hear it on YouTube.
That's interesting.
In fact, I would probably, from what I'm reading here, I'd probably want to take it down a few decibels more, so it's more like that. It's mixed pretty well. Well, in that case, since they can hear it, I don't want to turn it up really loud in the mic.
Yeah. I mean, I can go without the game audio if we need to. I mean,
well,
yeah.
you could even I guess if you wanted to open the stream up so that you could at least hear.
That's a good point.
The music that's going on if you wanted to discuss it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then at least you can hear what's happening on my screen in closer to real time than what they're seeing on YouTube, which is about 20 seconds behind. Okay, I don't know why I can't hear the game audio, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, going back to this. I'm going to turn it up very faintly so at least I can hear a little bit.
Yeah, I had it up for a little bit and I wasn't hearing anything, so I don't know if it was just me. It was also obviously confusing with the delay, but I could definitely hear voice coming through.
What's going on here? Friend squads, conquest, life, hold squad, conquest. What's happening? Hold on. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Crap! I just switched it to freaking the. No, go back. How do you put it back to the?
Yes, I can hear that now. Interesting. It is playing through for me on the stream.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, through the stream, but not through OBS, not through Skype.
No,
okay.
When I mute the stream, it's gone.
I don't know what's going on. Is this loading a file that I already had? How do I start a new file? It's been so long since I've played this game.
I actually wonder if it's based on the user, if I remember right.
Yeah, this is opening a
Unless
file
there was
that I've been playing for a while.
Did you select new game from the original opening?
Well, it didn't seem to give me a choice for that. Yeah. I just pressed A and it just freaking like took me into my own save game. You can't have more than one save on this game though, can you?
No. No, you can't. Okay. But I think it's based off the user, so I don't know if you have a guest user that could log in if you want to start from the beginning.
Let's see. Switch user. Add a new user. Oh boy. I don't care about any of this stuff. I don't. No, go back. No, I don't. Gonna make a friggin' random looking me guy real quick. It would hurry. Man, I forgot how slow the Wii U is.
Yeah.
And this is even after they did their patch at launch that was supposed to make it a lot faster. Everything takes a million years to load. Choose a me from Meme Maker. I'm going with go with Admiral Akbar. Okay, we good? Registered. Okay, I can use this guy. Cool.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I never did get the Wii U at launch, like a lot of people. But it was one of the things that, as this game and I think a bunch of the other games came out, and people, word of mouth, talked a lot about really enjoying it, finding it as kind of the gem system with a lot of gem games, as Nintendo typically is. It was really interesting to pick this up and then play a game like this, which was great.
Yeah. I was very excited for this game. Leading up to its release. I was a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. I was part of the Operation Rainfall that bugged Nintendo for like a full year trying to get them to localize it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool to see them, release this game and market it properly, without being bugged about it.
Yeah.
So I was very, very excited for it, and I did like the game.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I feel bad because I actually have never finished the original Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, really?
Which I've been meaning to. Obviously, with any kind of backlog, it takes a while. But
okay, so while we're loading it up here, so why did you want to choose this game to play this week? Is there a special reason?
Yeah, well, like I said, this game I think was kind of rekindled a lot of my love for gaming and specifically console gaming. Because I've basically been any type of gamer, whether it's PC, console, whatever. But, kind of coming back to it and having kind of a brand new world to enjoy. And I think this kind of shows in a number of ways, what's possible with an open world where discovery is one of the, real big aspects. And of course, you can kind of see some of that DNA almost quite literally getting into Breath of the Wild, for example. Where obviously a number of them, I think Monolith Soft staff worked, on that. So it's interesting to see the evolution of, this type of game, and really even to showcase kind of the, what was possible with the Wii U.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, having just released that video today talking about open worlds, there was somebody who was asking me about my thoughts on how it's handled in this game. So it's a good time to play it and refresh my mind.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some things I don't like about it, but yeah, it's good to discuss.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got the intro sequence here, the Exodus from Earth. This is a really cool scene. I think it's done really well.
It might be good for us to turn on subtitles when you get a chance.
Okay.
I think you can.
Can do.
I really liked the overwhelming force, coming out of nowhere in this case, without any explanation, which really plays into a lot of the themes of the game itself.
Yeah. And the fact that it's they're not even necessarily coming for
Yep.
humans, they're just fighting each other. And the thing that makes me so mad is that like they really built up this like intrigue about what's going on galactically between these different warring races, and then it's like they left it on a cliffhanger. And like I have no idea if they're going to continue the story or not. And they went straight to Xenoblade 2 instead.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to leave it on a cliffhanger, it's a pretty good one to leave it on for the time being.
Okay, it's got the subtitles on there. So.
There you go.
Stellar arcs were launched all across the planet, from every major city on Earth. Bravely, we leapt from our cradle.
Very much an Exodus of Hoth type of feeling.
Yeah, pretty much.
But most of the arcs never even made it out of the atmosphere. Only a small handful managed to escape. Among them was our ship, the White Whale.
Just freaking obliterated it.
After leaving Earth behind, we spent 2 years wandering in space, searching. We thought of ourselves as the lucky ones, the pioneers who would settle a new world.
No.
Our past caught up with us, literally. The alien blitz was unrelenting. If not for the efforts of a lone hero, we would never have
I like how they're actually fighting like in the
Our ship took heavy damage.
the arc itself.
Inside the habitat.
Yep.
With our flight systems down, the White Whale was pulled into the gravitational field of a nearby planet. Its hull shattering and breaking to pieces as we plummeted toward the surface.
I mean, this right here, just the fact of like, crashing onto, an entire planet surface and then just being there as a
Since then,
small place of civilization on this unknown planet.
Mm-hmm. Super cool premise. And I love the idea that they basically just crashed a city there. So they like have what they need to like survive for a while until they find the life holds, right? And get a power source. But I don't know, it's a really cool premise. I really like the intro of the game.
Yeah, and it's the really interesting thing is it's more than they need. I mean, they have an entire city with roads and cars and people and shops and restaurants, and it's I mean, called New LA. So obviously you've got this idea of a city, a modern urban city, just on this remote planet.
Size. So in this game, unlike the other Xenoblade games, you create a character, so he's a silent protagonist. But I think the way that they worked him into this game was really interesting. Like, in a lot of games, the silent protagonist is still like the main character, right? And in this one, he sort of is, but also sort of isn't. And he's more of like an observer of what's going on, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not gonna mess with this too much. Or this either. Yeah, move past this. Style. Get a style where we can actually see his freaking face.
On that note, I think it really also speaks to some of the themes of the game of like working together, as the group of humanity to survive. It's not one person that's going to make the difference. It's going to be, the entire group.
I think I'll do that hair, but oh man, I didn't select it. There was some kind of... What the F? Hold on, go back. Okay, skin. Scars. I have scars that I could not see before. There we go. And there was like a mole or something that I don't want. And no freckles too, yes. Okay, good. Hairstyle. Roll with this one. We don't want that thing, yeah. That looks creepy. Let's not do it. Is it my eye color or hair color? Okay, there we go. Something like that. Actually, change the environment again.
So you're actually in the menu. I know one of the things that people talked about was just the size of the UI and how for many people, especially if you have a large screen, it's very hard to actually read some of the menus. Did you ever find that to be an issue?
Not personally. Yeah, it never really bothered me. I can see what they're saying though. I mean, it is a little small now that I'm looking on the TV, but I don't know. I sit close enough to the TV to where it doesn't really matter for me.
Yeah.
Much. Here we go, eyes. Okay. Now you can do all these crazy eyes. Let's see, which one should we do this time?
With what we learn in the middle, I actually wonder if kind of the idea... This one is obviously pretty natural, but I always wonder if some of the reveal stuff later plays into the strange eyes you have access to. But
yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting because it's like once you know what that is, it's like, why did they do this? But I don't know. I'll go with this just for the sake of anyone who's not played the game. Okay, let's go with something like that. Yeah, that's pretty natural. Oh, there's two colors, and oh, this is like the pupil color. Okay, that's fine. Okay, cool. That looks good. No makeup. You can actually choose Yuri Lowenthal, who was the voice of Shulk in the first Xenoblade. So we'll go with that. Isn't there a way to listen to it? Oh, okay. Sample voice. Why?
All right, it's on. Victory is ours. Huh?
So we'll go with that.
Cool.
Okay. And let's finish it up. Finalize. Dude, McGuy, you're actually hitting on exactly what one of my biggest problems was with this game, was the requirements before you could move on with like story quests. Kind of like made it so that you had to do, what was it? He says do a certain level of optional side quests between the main story missions. Guessing they were afraid some players would rush through the main plot, not appreciate the open world, but most of the side quests are very tedious in his opinion.
I can see that. The funny thing, it was opposite to me, because most open world games I never finish. Think of like a Bethesda game, you know, Skyrim, things like that. I don't think I've ever finished the main story. This game actually kind of was a pretty good balance for me of the exploration, you know, finding new things as well as wanting to figure out what happens next. So we'll just play here. It's pretty cool.
Oh, Dude McGuide is correcting that Adam Howden was the voice of Shulk. Yuri Lowenthal did the voice of, I think, Cecil in Final Fantasy IV.
Please stand clear.
Well, chose the wrong voice, that's all right.
Hey there. Looks like you're all in one piece.
And Dude McGuide just said Yuri Lowenthal is Cecil in FF4.
I just realized this is also very similar in the opening idea with the character not knowing who they are or what happened recently, as Breath of the Wild. So
that's true.
Very similar premises.
Yeah, I think that this game was in a lot of ways like informative for not just Monolith but for Nintendo as to how they wanted to do an open world game for sure, especially an HD game. And you know, as it starts out, you might be thinking, oh, it's Amnesia, like of course it's Amnesia, all JRPG heroes have amnesia, but I think that they actually like justify it really, really well in this game.
You don't even remember your own name? It must be the stasis hangover. That's not good. Just try and focus, all right?
See, from right here, this is my one gripe, is that they completely stop the flow of the emotion with the sound.
Yes. Yes, it drives me crazy too. I mentioned it in my review.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Okay. I'm just gonna do my name. There we go. Confirm.
Good, there we go. What else you remember? It'll come. In the meantime, I'll get you up to speed here as best I can. How are your limbs? Can you move?
Nod.
We'll take it easy while you shake the stasis out of your system. One step at a time, all right? First things first, you'll be needing a weapon. There you go. All right, let's get going.
I like Elma. A lot of people thought that the cast in this game was kind of boring, personality-wise, especially in comparison to the first game, which they were pretty wacky. But I like the voice acting in this game. I think it's really pretty good. All right. Let's see if I remember how to play this game. What's the jump button? What is the jump button? Is it? There it is. It's R2. So you run fast and you can jump really freaking high. Boost.
I definitely missed that playing Chronicles 2. Very much different jumping.
Being able to jump really high is freaking great. Especially for a game that's open world like this. You're trying to explore and get to places.
Most of the white whale's life pods didn't survive the crash, like this one. You're one of the lucky few. Right. You don't even remember the white whale, do you? You know, the L002? The ship we escaped Earth on? You remember Earth, right?
Of course I don't. Heavy foreshadowing.
Or rather, it used to be anyway. Unfortunately, it was caught in a battle between two alien forces. And destroyed.
It'd also be interesting to see what they would do, what it would be like if they didn't play the actual intro movie and started you out waking up in the pod.
That's a very good point.
Because then you're basically seeing this through a third-party narrator, and you're like, do I trust this?
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. It's one memory I'd like to forget.
Dude, I really loved. I think my character ended up with the beam sword. It was really powerful. Oh yeah.
Beam swords are sick.
Didn't want to alarm you, but we're going to need to defend ourselves. You up to the task?
All right. Let's see here. If I remember how to play this game, you are to target, draw with A. You can use that to knock him down. Dude, oh man, I like this battle system so much better than Xenoblade 2's. So much better.
There's definitely more. It's more like modern MMO feeling because you're really cycling through a lot of different skills.
Yeah.
Well, I like a lot of the combat build up as you're working through like for the chains in 2. This is much more of a I can kind of work my skills together in specific ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I liked the combat in this game because like it was basically like an evolved version of the first Xenoblade, but then you could target like individual limbs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like really cool when you figured that out, because that's what made you capable of taking out like higher level enemies.
Yep.
Was being able to like get rid of like their dangerous attacks. Like if they had a tail that would like a really powerful tail whip or like a stab with their tail, you just like freaking shoot their tail off, and then you know, then they can't hit you with that anymore.
Yeah. No, I've never actually played Monster Hunter, but in that series, do you also do things like target certain areas?
Kind of similar. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then this little mini game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. You just keep pressing A till you freaking open it.
Yeah.
Like what the freak is the point of that? Okay. Let's see here. And then you go collect all these freaking little things.
Now, I forgot at this point, does the gamepad actually give you any sort of map, or is it pretty much just menu?
Right now, it's nothing.
Yeah.
I think it'll open up once I get into New LA and some other stuff happens.
Yeah, get access to Blade and everything.
Did I miss him?
Yeah, part of the fun of watching your counters slowly build up before you can go to the full attack is great.
Let's see. Oh, I got a new ability. Give me some physical defense up. And alright. Let's see. Oh, I missed something over there. Let's go check it out. Boing. I love jumping in this game, it's so awesome. Give me this freaking thing.
So what are your thoughts on the collectible system in the Xeno games? Because
I think it's like, do you mean the blue glowing orbs?
Yeah.
Not a fan. I don't hate it. I mean, it's nothing like to complain about necessarily, but it just kind of looks weird.
Yep.
And it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like always going out of my way to pick up these little blue orbs floating everywhere. It's just kind of weird.
Yep.
And what I don't like about it is that a lot of the like what do you call them? Like the fetch quests in this game, right? That require you to grab certain materials. But these are random, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like certain regions will have certain things, but they're not. You can't tell what they are until you just pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely remember getting, a quest, and it would say what general area, and I'd be walking around and trying to find one, and hoping for the the random number to just roll my way,
Yeah, I found it to be kind of irritating to try and locate, like, not only which region the item I needed was in, but then like actually get it to show up. Okay, how did I switch? Oh, I must have pressed X. Yeah.
I think X.
So X switches between your melee and your ranged weapon.
So did you actually spend the, approximately like half an hour it took me to really go through the online manual to really understand the combat system, which I had done after everybody said, oh yeah, you should really go on and see what they put up there.
I read quite a bit of it. I mean, there was a lot about the combat I did not understand upon the first playthrough of the game.
Yep.
On the second playthrough, I knew a lot more and kind of figured it out. But yeah, the first playthrough, I had no idea what I was doing, because the game, it's kind of weird, because like, it's like the total opposite problem in Xenoblade 2, where it just like gives you way too many tutorials. And a lot of it for stuff that's like, you don't need a tutorial to tell you that, so it's just like, stop talking. But in this game, they kind of left it all to the they basically just left it all to... Oh, crap. There we go. They left it all to reading that manual, pretty much. It's like, you want to know something about the game? Read it in the manual.
Yep.
So, I think, well, they're kind of two opposite ends of... Two, like, extreme ends of the on opposite sides. And I would prefer something kind of in the middle of the two. But, I would say if I had to choose between two things, I'd rather be left to figure it out myself and be a little bit lost than than like have a tutorial every 5 minutes to freaking explain basic stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can play the game fairly well with your auto, at least at the start, with kind of your auto attacks and then hitting the right abilities when they flash, because they
Yeah.
do give you some of those cues.
I need healing.
I should heal up first. Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike.
Oh crap, I can't.
Sliding. Slinger. Green edge.
Never loses.
Nice work.
Alright.
Yeah, that was the other thing that somewhat annoys me, is that like every single enemy drops things, which is great in some ways, especially since they drop weapons, and it's very much like a find the most random weapon that does what you want it to do, because this game is extremely customizable from an equipment standpoint. But then it's also like you have an extra menu at the end of a fight in an open world type game.
Oh, the other thing I really liked about this game is that you could put on new equipment, but you could make it look like any equipment you wanted. So the appearance can be whatever you want in terms of equipment that you've got, but it'll still have the all the attributes of the new equipment that you bought.
Yeah.
That's something I wish more games did. Gotta have fashion souls, dude. Bam. Alright. I'm gonna come over here, swim over here. The sound effects for the swimming are not stellar.
I have to admit, these people really swim fast.
Yes, which is nice. It's very nice. Bam, just like beasting it.
If I remember right, you go back up that ramp to the right.
I'm gonna kill some of these freaking pigs.
Oh yeah.
Open fire. Follow me.
Target in sight.
Throw armor.
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some
All right,
damage.
you're in. Here comes the pain.
Alright, we blew off his little thing on his face there. Yeah.
Yep.
How do you target other parts of the body? I'm trying to remember.
Small balance.
One of the trigger buttons, I think.
Ouch, ouch.
Green edge.
There we go.
I also like how, in general, most things of a certain level, let's say it's level 5, a bigger thing is typically more dangerous than a smaller thing of the same level.
Yep. Yep, I like that too. Boing. I seriously love the jump mechanic in this game. It's freaking awesome.
All right, it's
Let's
on.
do this.
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
I'll send him
Bam.
for a loop.
Sliding. Slinger. Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Okay, here comes the pain. Throw armor. Flame grenade.
Early burn. Muscle neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
Don't worry, I'm all over this.
I think the other thing I like about the combat here is it very much has this feeling of almost a single player, MMO, where a lot of the concepts there, running into enemies, finding enemies that fight together, having to position yourself, really play well, and allows you to do that without having to, put as much time as you would in an MMO.
Yes, I agree. Being in the middle of a playthrough of Final Fantasy XI right now, I can say definitively I do not like MMOs, but I do like this game. And I think it's because it does take away a lot of the tedium, and the battle system's a lot more exciting than most MMOs I've played.
I don't know.
Like
Oh,
visually,
yeah, I always loved this reveal.
yeah, this is freaking sweet.
The rain's starting to let up, just in time for sunrise. Follow me. I promise you're gonna love this.
I love the music for the most part out in the world. It's all really good. It's so funny because, like, there is a lot about this soundtrack that I love, but, dude, I do not like the NLA music.
I agree with you there. That one I had to get used to it and just play, you know, mind tricks in my head as I'm in there, like, just so I not go crazy.
Dog, how did you, like, write this and then also this?
See, the crazy thing
this song's great, though.
Yeah.
What were you going to say the crazy thing is?
Like, you get to hear and you see this giant, you know, plain and mountains and things like that, and then as you play the game, you realize it's, like, 5% of the entire game.
Oh, yeah. It's so small.
Pretty wild, huh?
I'm trying to remember... I do remember looking up, like, the size of this map in comparison to other open worlds.
Mm-hmm.
This one was supposed to be like the largest one almost ever made, right?
Something like that. I mean, it's...
I think Steep, that game from Ubisoft about like snowboarding or whatever, is like technically the biggest that's been made right now. If you don't count like procedurally generated things like No Man's Sky or something.
Yeah.
But this one at the time it came out, I think was like 4 or 5 times the size of Skyrim, or something like that. It's freaking massive.
Yeah, I always wonder how they calculate that, because in this game, obviously, your running speed is extremely fast, even if you're not in the skills. And it's like, are we counting like just walking speed? I mean, if so, that's huge.
Yeah.
But
you won't find it on any star chart.
At the same time, this is supposed to be like a freaking massive continent, so...
Yeah.
Actually, a couple of different ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recognize the habitat unit? That's where we're headed. Watch yourself. That first step's a doozy. We can jump if you like. You could handle the fall.
I like how they have to explain that in-game. You can jump and you're not going to die.
By the way, there's no fall damage anymore, everyone. Which I do like, again. Especially for, you know, a game like this, which is... there's a lot of verticality to it, so being able to get down quickly is important.
Yeah. And then I really like how they basically tell you it's, you know, you can explore, because they say, hey, we've got the high road or the low road, no problem. You can do what you want. You're just trying to get to this big city that you can see in front of you.
Get there however you want to. R+B is auto run. I didn't even know that. I don't think I ever tried that before. Hold on, I gotta try that now. That didn't work. R+B. Oh, there it is. Yeah, and then you just run automatically. I'd never even freaking tried that in either of my playthroughs of this game. Ever. I do that in Final Fantasy XI all the time.
Yeah, I think I just sprint everywhere. Just 'cause it's fun.
Yeah, it's faster. Okay. What's up?
I also like you run into the problem of when you want to have to talk to every single NPC to get little, you know, stories, even if they're not important. And I like when you're just walking by and you get to hear the conversation, so you don't have to do a lot of active, you know, play to get that information.
Yep, you don't have to like actually click on them and click through a bunch of stuff. Just run nearby. Pretty cool. It's a good way of doing it, I think. All right, 2,000 credits. Let's go. If I'm not mistaken, there's a scorpion or spider of some kind down here that we're gonna fight, or is it a pig? A big pig.
No, there's like a pack of those wolf things.
I'm going after the other one. I don't remember how to switch. Targets.
I think it's L or R.
I'm pressing R and L.
Oh, wait, switch. Oh, target. It says R. Are you locked?
I'm pressing them both and nothing's happening.
Huh, weird.
Yeah, press B, okay. So target, but then I can't switch with R.
That's really
Target appendage is with the right stick. Oh, that's how you lock. You press that in, but how do you change the appendage? Because that's just changing the camera.
Yeah, I feel like you're locked right.
Toggle
when you're-
appendage lock. Okay. Select art. I don't remember how this freaking works. I want to attack you anyways. But I don't want to target that appendage. How do I change the appendage that I'm targeted on?
Oh, try using the R stick and just move.
Yeah,
it up.
it's just the camera.
And when you tap it, it just locks it to the target.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, how did that... What?
Did it just...
It's just doing it, like, automatically. I know there's a way to change that manually, I just don't remember how. Anyways, we'll lock onto... No. Lock onto that, go.
I'll get the jump on him. Attack up close.
Bust his head.
Now it's my turn.
Throw.
Shadow strike. Sliding slinger.
Okay, we busted that part, so now we go.
Oh, interesting. At least from what I'm seeing, it looks like you have to get it into your field of view. It's like partly camera-based, potentially.
Oh,
And then
right.
you lock it once you get it into your view.
So you have to move around to get... I see. Which is basically what I did.
We got it. Let's move.
No, let's kill this guy.
We can do this.
Let's see what's engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
Let's see him chew on this. Throw.
Armor. Light. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Okay. Here comes the pain.
Yeah, broke through.
Didn't see that coming.
Go to the next part. I like this battle music. The battle music with the freaking like rapper guy in it. Not a fan of that one.
Nice work.
I actually saw an interview with the guy who did the rap for that. He was doing an interview. He like lives in Japan, and so the interview wasn't about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It was about living in Japan as like a black person or something. But he was like, "Yeah, I do music for games and whatever." He's like, with Xenoblade 2, I was like, you know, trying to talk to the director or to the composer about like, oh, you know, what lyric should I write in here, you know, that like coincide with the game or what's happening, and they basically just told him like, just do whatever the freak you want, just let's just say random words, we don't care. And so he did. So that's why like a lot of lyrics don't make any sense.
We have no choice but to fight.
Whoa, what's happening?
Definitely interesting way. Yeah, the stun move or whatever.
Shadow strike.
Throw. Armor.
Targeted
I have to say that thing you walked past, the big tall thing, probably killed me more times in the first few hours than any other enemy.
Really?
Because it's got this move where it goes really up high and then slams down into a huge area attack. And
Oh, right,
does a
yep.
ton of damage.
You gotta blow up his like legs one at
Yeah.
a time.
Yep.
I do remember that.
slide. Nice.
So what would you say like is your favorite or one of your favorite open world games, you know, that's come out recently,
Got it. Let's move.
like similar to the style?
My favorite is The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. I liked this game too. Like the way that, like, as far as open world games go, I think that this game is one of the better ones I've played. Especially when you get a skill, it's just like really freaking sweet.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, the freaking like the quest to get a skill is total BS. But once you have it, it's like, oh dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, they certainly build up to getting a skill in this game a lot.
Do some damage.
Yep.
Okay. Here comes the pain.
And of course, when you get that, I mean, you pretty much feel overpowered in most fights unless you're fighting like the optional enemies.
Yep.
Especially if you can get a couple really key, you know, key drop weapons.
Mm-hmm. I guess that was not what I thought it was. I thought that was Shadow Eye, but it's actually drawing their aggro to me. Okay. Come on, camera. Work with me. There we go. Do this.
It's interesting how they give you basically like almost like the Onion Knight type class where you have access to most basic types of moves, and then as you get the class system, you start to specialize in what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I don't want to fight any of these things. See, I start just getting like addicted. It's like, oh, a blue thing. I gotta go get it. Oh, crap. I gotta go get it. And then it's like, okay, I'll just get this last one right here. But it's like, wait, there's one over there too.
Well, especially when a lot of the quests, you know, are fetch quests, and
yeah.
You're like, if I have, you know, 10 of these set, you know, already, I can just turn them in and get some experience.
Oh, damn it. There's like 4 more over there. Yeah.
Yeah, they give you those little, like HUD display things that show where they are before you get to they change into the crystals, like that in the distance. It's like, oh, I gotta go get it.
So you just like get on a roll, just like picking them all up.
Yep.
Okay, we'll head to New LA after I get these last 2 over here. Okay, avoid level 15 dudes. I think I have to go across there, don't I? Oh, this guy's level 14 and he'll freaking kick my butt. I wonder if I can go this way.
Yeah, I think you can go around, yeah.
Oh wait, there's a lot of high level dudes up here. Never mind. We'll go back the way you want me to, game. Just gotta avoid that guy.
And it's almost night too when I think those spider things, I forgot what they are.
Turn my volume down a little bit. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see here. Boing.
Yep.
Oh, hello.
Open fire! Follow me! Target in sight! Shadow strike! Rogue armor!
I also liked a lot of the way that, like, especially with these types of animals where you have, you know, male and female, like in some cases, you know, certain one of them would aggro you, but the other one would link if you attacked it, for instance.
Mm.
You have a lot of logical things like that.
Yeah. That's not letting me do it. That's not letting me do it. Oops. Well, I guess we're killing this freaking baby one too. Sorry.
I just gotta step away for just 1 second.
Okay. Alright.
It didn't have to be like this.
What the F? Why are you fighting?
Lay down some fire for me.
Let's see him chew on this!
Sliding, flicker.
Armor!
Scream ahead. Pendants destroyed. Move in and strike.
Okay, here comes the pain! Didn't see that coming. Gun it!
Strength comes from the speed. It's true on anything. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Okay, here comes the pain!
Upper hand. Sliding, flicker.
All right.
Nice work.
What's up? Oh, I missed the thing over there. Come back for it.
I think I remember getting lost one time trying to get into New LA, and I didn't want to fast travel, and I found like some crazy high-level monster right like underneath in those spikes, and I was not expecting it, so of course I died. And I love games like that where you know.
You have no idea it's coming and said dead. If I remember correctly, this game does a pretty good job with its autosave system, right? You don't lose too much progress.
And the fact that you like don't lose any momentum when you land, it's just amazing.
Just boom. Keep going. Alright, almost there.
Looks a lot bigger up close, doesn't it? And this was just the habitat unit. The white whale was one hell of a ship. Until it all came crashing down, at least. That's the west gate. It's closed off now for security reasons. But we've repurposed a freight elevator that will get us inside. Grexes. Riled. We can't leave them roaming here. Not this close to the gate. We're gonna have to take them down.
Can do.
You ready?
See you, Bryce. We're probably just gonna get into the city here and then call it as well. Okay, this guy first.
Open fire! Follow me!
Shadow strike.
Throw armor!
Target in sight. Side slash.
I hit your tail. Oops, missed it. Guess I can't hit your tail. Ow.
I need healing.
I should heal up first.
Focus on this guy, kill him.
Oh, there you go.
Switch to close range combat.
Don't worry. I'm all over this. Blast them before they get up.
Side slash.
Yeah.
Shadow
Can I hit your tail at all? Can I target it? No? Okay.
Throw armor! Flame grenade!
There we go.
That was one thing that was always tough is when the healing system based on that what is it, the B button when the circle goes in and you get the bit of heal, and which is really important to get good at so you can survive.
Yep. I actually forgot that that's how it worked in this game.
I've come to learn that there's a fine line between self-defense and provoking.
Because there's not really like a class that's for healing, right?
I think there's a few small abilities that do provide the healing, but it's usually just that the bond system for the link system.
The inside will jog your memory.
Let's go. Oh, these dudes target me right away.
Let's see him chew on this. Assault hammer!
Side slash.
Throw armor!
Appendage destroyed. Move
Will do.
Okay, here comes the pain. Who's next? None dare stand against us.
Upper hand. That's the intention. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
On it. Take this.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Rome armor. Victory is ours.
We got it. Let's move.
All right.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about how many items or like pieces of equipment you've already picked up, and I think when I was playing the game, I barely sold anything, except
Really?
for, like really really old stuff. Yeah, I'm usually horrible at cleaning out my inventory, so you can imagine like how much stuff would end up being.
Oh yeah, tons.
Yeah.
I need to increase the sensitivity of the camera big time. Manual tracking speed. Yes, like all the way up. Thank you. Horizontal rotation speed. Vertical rotation speed. Okay, let's try this. Much better. Oh wow, it's actually a little fast, but which one was it? The manual tracking camera. Take that back. Let's put it there. Still too slow. Still too slow. That must have been the manual tracking speed that was too much. This needs to be higher. Okay, that's much better. There we go. There we go. Oh, it's online. Okay, step into here. What the F? What?
I don't even see a quest marker anywhere either.
Did I miss a cutscene down here or something?
So. I mean, it's definitely.
See, yeah, it is there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was almost freaking positive that was the case. Let's go up here. What's up? I need to use this. Eh?
That is really strange.
What the F? Why? What the F do you want from me? I need to talk to this dude first or something? This is a little too fast. Bring it down by 1.
Thanks.
Aha.
Okay. Still nothing. Can you tell me why this is happening? Is there a thing over here? Okay, the vertical speed's too freaking fast. Gosh dang it. Right there. People want from me.
Thanks.
So apparently, there's a few posts saying it may be a glitch. You may have to get killed and then try again.
Are you serious? That's never happened to me before.
Well, I might want to save first, just in case. I forgot if it just like starts you at your last checkpoint, but.
I love how in all the Xenoblade games they have there's a good one to try and fight to get killed. In all the Xenoblade games they have like a night and day version of like all the music. It's really cool. Targeting you. I'm going after the big boy. Yeah.
I think I actually was okay with the night version of New LA.
Yeah, it was better for sure.
Yeah.
Holy crap! We're
You actually staggered it, yeah.
it. What the f? Am I dead
There.
yet? Okay, I'm dead.
12,000.
Let's try this again. Moon's so big. Tell me about the freaking thing.
I was also just realizing they talked about like how big this is, and then it was a small part of a ship.
Yep. Yep.
There we go.
I like the music that plays at this part too. When you like go in and she's like showing you the city. I like the theme that plays there a lot. Yeah, this part. Yeah, this song. I like this song a lot. 60% battery left.
It is pretty fun when you learn what that really represents, and then it's kind of like this like slow clock as you complete the quests and
Not too shabby.
Ticking clock, yeah.
Yep.
For
It's
a
awesome.
giant beached spaceship, anyway. But, like it or not, this place is our home now. We took the name from the city it was modeled after back on Earth. We call it New Los Angeles. Welcome to NLA.
Yeah, the music right here is so sweet.
And so it was that another survivor came to join our band of refugees. Together, we resolved to forge a new way of life here on Mira, come what may. New LA.
Is that the freaking cat that gets lost later?
probably.
Truth is, we were adrift, heading into the unknown. Our native home was gone, swallowed in a shroud of light. And our future was uncertain. We had no idea what fate lay in store for us. Only that we had to keep living in order to see it.
Cool camera shot.
And then of course you can get, you know, the same view when you're actually in a skull too.
I know. So sick. Nice.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory? Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
The part I don't remember is if you look, like you've obviously got the industrial area over here, but then all those streets that look unfinished. I've always wondered if that's something that they were planning to build, or if that's just like what they could get done before they had to leave.
Yeah, good question.
I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago, ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
Show interest.
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact in Starfall Basin.
Wait.
One of these days, I'm actually going to do a playthrough of one of these games where I choose the most ridiculous answer for everything.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah, I just can't bring myself to do it on the first playthrough, though.
Yeah, I struggle even on multiple playthroughs, like with Mass Effect.
Call me Irina.
I played it and I was like, Paragon, right? And then it's like, okay, replay the game, do Renegade this time? Nope, do Paragon again.
Or just Gwyn.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together. Specifically, the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am.
I don't think I
We should be
used
getting
Irina
back.
all that much. I think
Until next time.
yeah, I think I actually did use her a little bit.
I used her a lot on the second playthrough. On the first playthrough, I used
The administrative
long-haired
district is
dude's
far.
name again.
That's where you'll be calling home.
Oh yeah, I
For
can't
now,
remember.
anyway.
Black, long-haired guy. Freak, what is his name? It's like a super important character, too.
Yeah.
Anyways, I used him on the first playthrough a ton, and then I was like, screw that. So, used her a lot more on the second playthrough. Alright. That is where I will stop for tonight.
Cool.
Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at the same time for more. I will chat with you again then.
Thanks.
See ya.
See y'all.